Yeah, yeah. Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Here we are. We're back again. Had to make a little adjustment to the schedule of the podcasts, but we're back and we got a special guest. I'm glad you're here, man. I want to introduce you to everybody. This is the homie Carlos Nostalgico. You can find him on IG. We'll go over all that. But yeah, Carlos, thank you for coming, man. You made it all the way to the Enfuego house right here in Bel Air. Here we are.
I appreciate it. What's up, everybody? I'm so hyped because I got a mic in front of my mouth and I'm like, woo!
If you want to grab it too, you can. If you want to get it close. If not, no big deal, bro. Okay. Yeah, so here we are with Carlos, man. So listen, Carlos. First of all, it's nice to meet you in person.
Yeah, man, it's nice to meet you in person. It's nice to meet the man behind memes. And,
okay.
And the power and the respect.
The memes, power, and respect. That's right. Yeah, so we're actually recording outside today because I thought it was going to be it is a nice day in LA today. It's not too hot, not like the last couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah. I was just mentioning that. And this is the thing about Californians, bro. And it, you may disagree, but this is just me.
Yeah.
But once it hits over 80 degrees Fahrenheit,
yep,
I'm dying, bro. Give me the AC. But as soon as it hits below 70 degrees,
yeah,
give me a sweater. Give me the cobija with the tiger, bro.
That's
I'm dying.
That's it. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
That's just how it is with Californians here.
I know, but thank God it was nice today, dude, because we were outside all day shooting stuff and chipping and doing all kinds of stupid shit for Enfuego, just being silly geese, ganders,
moose, meese. Instead of foxes, it's facts.
Yeah, exactly.
Not really. That's not legit.
So anyone who's new to the podcast or just tuning in for the first time, this is Memes, Power, Respect. I am Davey Dave. You can find it on Apple, Spotify, anywhere that you get your podcasts. Also, you can find it on YouTube. Mm-hmm. I've got a few episodes up on there. Check it out. Basically, we talk to the influencers, social media content creators, anybody who has a little juice on social media and is doing what it do on the gram, on the TikToker.
We got the juice. We got the Capri Sun Pacific Cooler, baby.
You got the corn juice.
The corn juice.
But yeah, you can find it everywhere. But that's what this show is about. So I thought that Carlos would be a great fit today. And man, I'm just excited that you're here, man. Seriously. But let's get it started. I just want to ask. Where are you from, man? Where are you born? Tell us a little bit about your background. Let me know. I'm interested. I'm interested.
You're like, no, I am interested. I'm not just reading off a script or anything. My name is Carlos. I reside in Los Angeles County area. Specifically, I'm in the Inglewood. I grew up in Inglewood, and that's pretty much where I've been born and raised. My family is actually Salvadorian.
Oh, okay.
Which comes to a surprise to a lot of folks. Yeah. That will see some of my content, and because my thing is the nostalgic Latino.
Right.
Because I'm trying to kind of make a name for myself that's not just made up of Mexican memes and all of this stuff. Because there's a huge demographic for a lot of creators that are out there, and I feel I'm not hating on anybody. Everybody get the bag. I love all of that stuff. We're all part of the same. It's not
a competition.
Yeah, exactly. But it's really nice to be able to see people from from a little bit southern down from Mexico, whether it's from El Salvador, Nicaragua, Guatemala, Panama, any one of those areas. Because me personally, I just don't see too many of those types of creators. Mm-hmm. On the socials, and it's quite refreshing actually when you actually see something like that. And typically when people will just see my stuff and they're like, oh, what, you're not Mexican? I'm like, no, dude, I'm Salvi. Yeah, it's like it's on my little bio, but I just have a little flag right there. I should probably put like maybe 5 flags on my bio or something, dude.
No, that's only if you're Puerto Rican. You put more than one.
Whoa.
That's just facts, though. That's just facts. Okay, so Inglewood, man, that's tight. I actually was brought up in Paramount too, so that's kind of close to Inglewood.
Yeah, that's a trip down the 105.
Uh-huh.
You know that you're in the right area when you see Plaza Mexico right there, right?
That's right.
The freeway.
Or the Chevrolet right there.
Or the
right off the freeway right there with the 91.
There you go.
But yeah, no, I grew up out there too, and I was born right here in LA. But yeah, man, it's really good to see the content that you're pumping out, dude. I gotta tell you, I think how we got acquainted on the gram was I think I had found. So here's what happens. Like,
here we go.
Back in the day, like I used to just pump out memes just like crazy, original stuff all day long.
Yeah, I saw
and so
that.
like I got kind of like got repetitive, kind of tired. It just was like, okay, just let me curate some shit.
Yeah,
you know, just let me. People, after a while, people start sending. You know how it is. People start sending you shit all day long and say, "Oh, okay, cool, that's funny. Oh, that's really dope." Okay, so then it started getting into all the reels and the videos and stuff like that. And like by that time, like when the reels were introduced, TikTok was introduced, and people were reposting all that kind of stuff. I was kind of like I'm behind the curve on that kind of original video content. So, anyways, I had someone had sent me your I didn't know it was from TikTok, but like, or Instagram. I didn't even know who you were. So I think I posted it, right? Is that what happened?
I'm assuming that's the case. I mean, you found me somehow.
Yeah. I think that's what it was, but I had ended up posting your video memes, and like, dude, I was like in love with the style, the content. And then I think I don't know if someone pointed it out or so. Anyways, I went to Seek because I like to attribute and give credit because
of course
credit is due because it's great stuff.
Yes, that's an important lesson to everybody out there. If you guys are gonna do anything, repost and all of that stuff, it's really important that you do credit, and I think that helps. It's a win-win situation. You got nothing to lose.
Exactly.
Because that puts the person that's reposting it in a good light, and you're also sharing the love with that fellow creator as well, or influencer, or whoever. And it's a networking connection, and I believe that it's great in cultivating a good relationship and being able to pump out that stuff too.
Absolutely, man. You're 100% correct. Because there are times, and I've seen it time and time again, is like, even stuff that I see on people's accounts that I know, like, it's like, I know who the creators are, and they never credit anybody. It's like, and it's kind of a slap in the face to the creator because, you do put a lot of time into these things. There's, at some point there is like monetization involved. There is views per, that kind of thing.
Propose, sharing engagement and all of that stuff.
Yeah, and sometimes if you want to get like a brand deal or something like that, not that everybody's after that or you're after that, but sometimes it does count to, get attributed by, bigger accounts or people who aren't really inept to doing that. So I just think it's the fair move. It's the best thing to do. And sometimes I'll get in trouble like low key because like I won't really know who it is, and I'll post it anyways. But sometimes I feel like, maybe I shouldn't post it. Maybe I should find it. But I was like, fuck, man, this is funny. And sometimes people like in the comments will tag somebody and be like, oh yeah, this is who. I say, oh, okay, cool. So then I get to find it that way. So, like if I find good content, like I just post it, man. Like it's really cool. But let's talk about your content, dude. So, your channel is It like puts me in my feels, dude. Like when I first saw it, I was like, "Oh my god, this is right up my alley." Right up, growing up with my brother, watching the TV, all this old school '90s, early 2000s, nostalgic stuff. It just takes you back to the stuff that I had forgot about. To be honest with you, like even like the bits that you do of all. Can I call them bits? Can I call them bits?
Yeah, whatever you want to call them, bro.
I don't like to call them skits because skits sounds kind of it sounds kind of lame, to be honest with you.
Okay.
So I call them bits. So like the nostalgic bits of like the commercials, like the infomercials at night when you wake up at 2:30 in the morning, you turn the TV on, you get frightened by the what's the latest one you did?
Actually, that whole series, I call it aggressive wake ups. Because every time I wake up, I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck is going on? Oh damn, I left the TV on.
Yeah.
I think the latest one I did was It was the phone. It was like a phone holder. It was like it's literally a headset from the 90s.
Yeah.
And it's an ad for them to be able to hold the phone. That way you're not having any neck pain or anything like that. And you know how infomercials are, where it's like, oh, hold on, let me hold on to my phone. But, you know, because
you can't.
It drops it into a big bowl of chocolate pudding. Because, you know, obviously I can't multitask, so I need this item for myself.
Yeah.
It's a game changer.
Because you've never learned to use your hands before.
Of course.
Yeah, so that was the latest one. Those ones are hilarious, dude. That's like the aggressive wake up is just like, this is perfect because it happened to me I don't know how many times.
Yeah,
and I would see all, you know which one is like the one with the Enya song?
Yeah, that's the one. Everybody, I think that's the one that everybody kind of resonates to, is Time Life Ultimate Love Collection. And it always starts off with Celine Dion.
There you go.
And I'm your lady. And then the volume goes all the way up for some strange reason. How am I supposed to live without you? And you're like, oh shit, where's the remote? Yo,
why is the TV still on?
Why is it getting louder?
Yeah, man, those are the ones, dude. Those took me out as soon as I saw those, dude.
Yeah, man. That's something that I'm hoping that anytime that I post, you know, any one of those, that they're relatable.
Yeah.
And it's within that certain time frame of, you know, the 90s and the 2000s. I mean, that's literally my childhood at that point. You know, from elementary school to all the way up to high school.
Yeah.
You know, you know, we kind of the commercials evolve over time along with you, and you know, you just keep on unlocking all of these memories over time, and you're like, what the hell? I had this stuff repressed in the back of my head, bro. Why did you unlock this memory for me?
Yeah,
I'm mad, but at the same time I'm glad,
and it feels good.
Yeah,
low key, it feels good. That's how I feel. Like when I started following you, I was like, dude, this is. And then so I found you on Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay. But never mind Instagram.
Okay.
TikTok is where like you're just off the charts with your growth and your engagement. Like, not to say that Instagram isn't, but I just see it like TikTok. The growth is like exponential, man. Like you can grow so fast on TikTok. Those things fly on the net like no other.
Yeah.
And I've seen you on there. I was just like, dude, this is you know, it's crazy. Like, what kind of engagement do you get on TikTok?
It's a hit or miss, dude. Like, to be honest with you, I think it's really weird because some things that don't hit on TikTok will blow up on Instagram. Or something that doesn't hit on Instagram completely blew up on TikTok. And you're like, why didn't this blow up or anything?
Why do you think that is?
I think the demographic is a lot different in regards to those two. And I think with Instagram, it's a lot...
Don't mind the La Bamba playing over us, dude.
No, Richie. Damn, man, I still got to make a skit off of that.
Yeah, please do.
There's one I'm working on where it's just everybody. That's like a trigger, fight or flight.
Very nice.
No pun intended. You know? But every time anybody hears that song, it's like. That's the song that you got to play to any type of cholita, and she'll be in love with you,
dude,
bro.
That's it. That's the one.
Got it in the bag, man. So what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, engagement. Yeah, so like with TikTok, that's where I started.
Yeah.
When the Pandy started.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to call it the Pandy.
Yeah, for sure.
So when the Pandy started, I was bored as hell. And I'm like, and I saw somebody just post something that reminded me of something way back when, and then I'm like, dang, I remember that commercial, but I remember waking up to that commercial like aggressively, like it was loud as hell. And then that's when I posted my first one, which was actually for the Shirley Temple DVD collection.
Okay,
where it goes, animal crackers in my soup. Dun 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 loop de loop, and it was like this old DVD commercial, black and white. Like I wasn't old enough to watch Shirley Temple, back in the day.
But the infomercial was on.
Infomercial was on at 2, 3 in the morning, 11 o'clock at night, 12, whatever. You're watching Nickelodeon, Nick at Night, Cartoon Network, or whatever, and that would always pop up. And I did that one for the first time where it just pops up, but I didn't do like any crazy like reaction. It was just like me waking up aggressively, and then I was like, huh. like that, and like, you know, for the people that are hearing this, I'm wiping my eye,
Yeah.
the eye boogers off of my eye,
Yeah.
you know, in the morning, and then all of a sudden that just blew up.
Yeah.
And then people just kind of, they was like, hey, oh my gosh, what about this commercial? What
Yeah.
about this commercial? So I was getting a lot of ideas
So
from
you-
a lot of the people there, and that blew up. Like, I did that in December of 2020, I think.
2020. So
Yeah.
So back in 2020, this was your start into the social media world
Yeah, well,
All-
I mean, the thing
from the
is,
start. Like,
sort of. Like, I tried to do the YouTube thing a
okay,
while back.
which was But what-
2018.
what was the style of content that you're trying to put out?
It was just comedy skits. It was just random comedy, but they would be like 3 minutes, 4 minutes long, or
Yeah.
whatever, because they were long form comedy.
Uh-huh.
And I was trying to pump it out like every Tuesday. I'm like, I gotta do this.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be a YouTuber. Eventually, I burned out, bro.
I'm telling you, man.
Like, I burnt out, and
I'm
I'm
telling
like,
you.
I can't do this
Yeah.
anymore. Like it's not fun. It's becoming a
A job,
chore.
yeah.
And that's the thing that I'm stressing out to a lot of these folks that are trying to like chase and clout chase and trying to get all of these followers and all of this stuff. It's
Yeah.
like, if you're stressing out and overthinking about all of this stuff and what content you're putting out, you're just gonna have a bad time.
Very
and
true.
you're just gonna burn out, and
Yeah.
you're just not
Gonna enjoy anything.
Yeah, you're not gonna have that passion to be able to do it.
You're gonna end up resenting
Yes.
all the platforms.
And if you keep on comparing yourself to other creators and you're worried about whether they did it better than you, or you're trying to one up them, you're just never going to really be satisfied. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, maybe one or two might blow up because
Yeah.
you probably did do a better one, but at what point do you know, when is that line,
Mhm.
you know, where you kind of have to learn to stop and be like, yo, bro, you're like obsessed, and you're just like, you start losing a lot of I don't know, like encouragement to do things that you would normally do, like go out and hang out with your homies,
Yeah.
or you know, go visit somewhere, or do a cool podcast with your boy Davey Dave.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
So yeah, and well, with that being said, in terms of like just going back on TikTok and whatnot, yeah, and so that was pretty awesome, and I blew up way back in 2020, and then Instagram was just still falling behind.
Yeah.
Like, they hadn't even started any reels or anything.
Right. The video was just that you could only
It was
post.
just, yeah. So it was just always be my friends that would always watch it, because I would be posting small little skits and stuff like that too, and people would just always watch. Did you ever get into Vine?
No. I mean, I was watching Vines religiously, of course, but I
Yeah.
never got. Listen, I never had. There was no inspiration for me to jump on, because I'm more of an introvert, and to get me out of my comfort zone is like it's tough, dude. But I just got to find the right avenue and the right push behind me, and then I'm fine. But no, I never partook in, you know, participating or making Vines or anything like
Yeah.
that. But I was on that. That was like my thing.
Yeah. I mean, I tried to get into Vine, but 7 seconds was just too short form comedy for
Yeah.
me that I couldn't get my punchline across.
Right.
And I felt with TikTok, I think at that point it was 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Was just enough time for me be able to, you know, a big old pow at the beginning. What the hell are they talking about?
Yeah.
And then punchline at the end.
Yeah.
And then I felt that was right enough, and I got lucky.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy smokes! Like, I'm able to do this, and people actually think I'm funny. Holy
Yeah.
shit! What's going on?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I kept on building up there, and then I had, once Instagram introduced their reels,
Yeah.
because they're trying to catch up. You know, I hopped on that bandwagon real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's when I first, like, I guess because I was still relatively one of the few creators that were on there still posting that.
Right.
I got lucky, and I think I was blessed enough that I got a little bit of a head start when it came to that. So, and I don't know, that probably might have led up to you maybe finding me. Who knows?
Yeah. This. Well, that's what happened, man. Like, I don't know how exactly I found it, but like those videos just start getting pushed to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes you'll go on the explore page just for shits and giggles, and you'll pop up on something, or something looks interesting, because it's all those thumbnails, and you know, you see butts, you know, a camera here, a car here, a burnout here, and then you see like a surprise face like yours, like, what the fuck, what's this?
Dude, you're right, bro. It's like you move the feet, and then it's like some girl's booty that's just dancing all over your face. I'm like,
yeah, it's
I like this, but I'm not gonna tap the like button.
Yeah,
bro.
like I mean, I could like it without liking it.
Yeah, so
no one's gonna know.
I'm gonna scroll up because I don't want this on my feed.
Yeah, I'll come back to it later. But so that's how it ended up. But once the reels started getting pushed through Instagram, like it really, I would say it's like at the height of what reels should be at this point.
Yeah.
I don't see it getting any bigger because there's a lot of pushback on that too. And I even posted like a poll the other day. I said, "You want reels or memes?" And people were like, "Memes," like 88% to like 12%. That's insane.
Yeah, dude. And I think if anything, because I mean, I understand that Insta was, first was that place to just look at photos,
right?
And just short form videos of just things that are just happening.
Yes.
And you know what? And I'm kind of at fault for that too, because a lot of my stuff is just reels too. And I'm wondering, like, to myself, I'm like, it's like, is it too much?
Well, here's
am I saturating what Instagram is supposed to be?
Well, let me give you a nickel's worth of free advice here. If your engagement is top tier and you're satisfied with your growth, and I think that you should just keep doing what you're doing. Me, I'm kind of caught in the middle because like I create original memes. I do create some original video memes, but they're not with me necessarily. Yeah. But I think I'll explain the other thing too. But like, because I used to pump out, I don't know, 4 or 5 memes a day, just the static images.
Yeah, man.
And then I started integrating, the videos, blah blah blah. But now it's so easy to curate stuff and just post it on your shit. And then since I already had a following, like people are gonna like it anyways. But here's the other thing too. A lot of people don't know, and it kind of makes people upset, and blah blah blah. But Instagram gave a lot of the creators, monetization in regards to the stuff that they posted, like for reels, like and so like some guys that I know, and listen, by all means, get that bag, whatever you got to do. I fell victim to it early on, and I'm not going to blame anybody, not even myself, because at that point when they first started and opened up that safe for the monetization, it was huge. Like I only had to hit like a certain number, and like it was like, oh my god, like this is amazing.
Yeah, you hit your max.
Yeah, the easy.
Yeah, easy.
And the max was like back when it started,
it was $800.
No, it was big as fuck.
What?
Yes.
Okay, it's different because you had a lot more followers than I did at that time. So I could explain my experience.
I heard mine when I saw my amount, and then I heard other people's amount who had a million followers, and they were getting, it was like crazy. It was like $56,000, $34,000, just to hit a max of it wasn't even at 9 million. I think it was like at 4 million views. That's crazy, and they were hitting that, and I must have hit my max. I don't know, 5 months in a row, like this.
It's nice, dude.
Yeah, but I got so caught up into getting that cheese.
Yeah, you're trying to get that
from Daddy Zuckerberg.
Yeah,
that it was just like, dude, this is what I'm gonna do. This is easy. Like I've been waiting like all these years to get chipped off for doing the shit that I'm doing every day, anyways. And so, like, it was kind of a relief to me. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Now I can kind of chill. But it kind of made me lazy, too, in regards to not creating.
Yeah.
But it was a fine line of, like, do I want to get paid? Do I want to make original content? Do I want to, am I losing myself? What's going on? So it was just one of those things. So, like, anybody who doesn't know, that's what happened. That's why the reel's kind of blowing up, because they pushed you to blow it up. Because they wanted to compete with TikTok. They wanted to compete with that short-form content. But I'm not mad at it. It's just that I think people are not over it, but on certain pages, not yours for sure, because we need creators like you. Trust me, I need a creator like you.
I think a lot of pages that, because there's a lot of like nostalgia pages, meme pages, and all of that stuff, and just like what you said, I mean, there is I mean, apart, not to say that, that they don't make their own content, but they do need that supplemental content there.
Yes.
To be able to help out that, because without the creators that are out there that are making original content or whatever, then it's like that kind of slows you down. So it's kind of like a
catch-22 for sure.
Yeah, it's a catch-22.
Yeah. So I'm kind of caught up in that conundrum right now too, like because I still get monetization. It's not as big as it was, that's for sure. It went down like, I don't know, by like like a tenth of what it was. So like it's like I can, all right. I mean, I guess I can, but it's like, okay, well, let me see what the people want. You know what I mean? Let me maybe just go back to my OG ways and post a reel here every now and again and call it a day. Because it does get my creative juices flowing, and it makes me feel a little better about myself and, about my creativity, and say, okay, Dave, you still got it. You know what I mean? Because I like to do it.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Cool. Otherwise, I wouldn't have stuck. I know a lot of people who started at the same time, and like they're nowhere to be found. So it's not for everyone. It's tough, and as silly as it may sound, but it's not an easy thing to do if you want to pump out content, whether it be static images, video, especially original content. Like it's not easy, man. Like it takes a certain type of person. It takes a certain type of personality. It takes time out of your already busy day. Like like yourself and myself. Like we have stuff that we do during the day.
Yeah, bro. I have a full-time job.
See what I'm saying? So if anybody out there in podcast land is wondering, hey, you can do it if you really want to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you could definitely do it. I mean, like me, I'm kind of treating it more of like a side gig, if anything.
Yeah.
There are people out there that are just full-time streamers, and they live in like these streamer houses and whatnot, and it's just, man. But I couldn't live. Oh damn, I'm gonna pump out all of these videos 24/7. Like at some point you have to just burn out, have some sort of like a writer's block in that regard.
For sure.
But I think it suffers a little bit, but there's people that are able to do it. And all power to them. It's like I'm saying, I ain't hating. It's get the bag by all means. However you want to do it, I ain't hating. I'm one of the peers that are right here, and I'm with you, and we're all part of this, this crazy social world that we're in.
And it is crazy, man, and that's why, like, even like some of the other guys that I've had on before, yourself, it's like super niche stuff, and it's like I could never do that kind of stuff. Like your stuff, like I could never do what you do, and that's what makes you unique. That's what makes your content very, very bright. It's very smart, and not a lot of people. I already knew that you were a smart dude.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And it takes a certain type of individual to really to do it by yourself. It takes a lot. You have to have a lot of brains, dude.
It does. I mean, I do have inspirations from time to time from other creators, and I try to do my own little twist on it and whatnot. But yeah, I'm kind of like a one-man show in that case. And so that's why when I have to portray like my mom or something, I need to get a wig, and whatnot, just to get the point across.
Right.
Most people usually they put the little towel on. Like, nah, I'm gonna one up it a little bit. Upgrade the production quality.
Absolutely. Yeah. A little production quality goes a long way. Believe me.
And so it's a little tough sometimes, but. But it's quite fulfilling when it actually works out okay. I think the only thing that does kind of miff me a little bit, it's like you can work on like this meme, or you can work on this production or this video thing, and it just squats, bro, right?
Listen,
it just flops.
Listen,
and then you could just be on the toilet, taking this shit and just saying whatever, and it blows up, bro. You blows up quicker than you blew up that toilet, brother.
Pun intended. Absolutely. No, listen, it's like my analogy to myself is like, and I tell these guys too, with Infuego content and all this kind of thing, is like, we have to throw all the spaghetti noodles at the wall and see what sticks, man. Like,
yeah, dude.
It just has to be, not all of them are going to stick. Some will be overcooked, some are whatever it is. And, don't be married to your ideas, because they will flop, man. Like not everything's a home run. Like, Baseball players fail 7 times out of 10. You know what I mean? And it's kind of the same way in the social world too. Unless you're an influencer girl with a big booty and you're taking booty shots and that's your thing. Yeah. Hey, it's the same booty. Okay, I like it. So they're gonna like it. This next time and again. But for anything that's creative and has like a little script to it, a little meat to it, like not everybody's gonna get it, man. Yeah. Listen, there's blockbuster gangbangers, not gangbangers, but blockbusters. I don't know what I'm saying. I got confused.
Bro, where are you going?
Don't mind me. I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep at all last night. So give me a break.
Yo,
so,
this is the Davey Dave effect. Exclusive here only on this podcast. Homeboy is in fuego right now, but for the wrong reasons.
Oh man. And then there's and then you got the Rotten Tomatoes joints. You know what I mean? You got like stuff that goes straight to DVD. When they put the same amount of energy, the same amount of effort, same amount of money into it, and it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, man.
So everybody has to understand that too. It's like, it's just one of those things. Like, give us a break. You know what I mean? Like I'm just trying to please myself.
Yeah.
In the end, like when people try and say, hey man, oh, this is stupid, this is dumb, whatever. Like, really, I don't really care. I'll block your ass. I don't give a fuck.
I mean, that's what it's there for.
Yeah. So, listen, I can post whatever I want on my page. If I want to post a picture of my booty on there, I'm going to post a picture of my booty on there. You know what I mean? No one can say, oh, stick to memes, bro. Like, listen. Yeah, stick to memes. Why don't you stick this in your mouth? You know what I mean?
The only person that could say shit is community guidelines, which I violated plenty of times.
Wow.
Because if you violate community guidelines, that monetization goes away for the entire month, fool.
That's true.
Man, I was set up, and I had this one video, and it showed I don't know. I think like by it was like some kind of a sexual innuendo, but it was more like a weird moan, like that kind of.
Was it the herbal essences one?
Maybe.
Was it really?
Yeah.
It was that one was hilarious though.
Okay, so basically that comes up, and then I hit community guidelines, whatever. I appeal it. I try to get it reviewed. No no. All right, I post another video, probably my most popular video ever.
Yeah.
Right, and it gets like 330,000 likes and whatever, dude. Right, and that could have been like completely monetized, but I don't see squat from that.
Yeah.
Because I violated community guidelines, and man, at that point, that's when I learned, and I learned the hard way.
Yeah,
I was like, you know what? I need to stop fucking around with this non-wholesome shit. And if I'm going to post anything that is not wholesome, make sure that it's not part of the Reels bonus kind of a thing.
Exactly.
And not trying to monetize it. Yeah. Otherwise, you're going to get burned, man. Yeah. That's not the case.
Absolutely. My thing is, and my page has always been like PG-13, maybe borderline R-rated, but mostly PG-13, because I always felt like that. I was like, okay, well, if I want to stick around and have some longevity in this, like, I can't go crazy, because I've seen guys who while out make all these sexual memes and blah 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 and all this stuff that you're talking about, and they get dinged right off the bat. Their accounts get nuked, and like that's it, man. They got to start from scratch, and people are like, who cares? They don't. Once you're gone, you're gone. People don't give a fuck about you. Like, there might be a handful of you that are looking for us, but other than that, like, no one gives a fuck. No one cares.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, you're. I think like if you don't show up in the feed, then at all, then at some point somebody's just gonna forget it.
You're not relevant.
Like, oh, you know what? That was funny that one time.
yeah.
And then it's like, oh, that was good.
Yeah.
Hey, so who's this again? And then they just start scrolling up.
That's because the news cycle's so fast these days. The news cycle's only 15 seconds on TikTok, and that's it. And like for the majority.
Yeah.
And you're gone to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one. It's like, I follow I don't know how many people on TikTok just because I like that one video. Say, I'll follow that fool. You know what I mean? But I never see him again. Like, I got so many people on my feed. It's just like, okay, whatever. And if one goes missing,
sass
fool. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, what do I care? Just let me find some more.
Yeah. If anything, and just to kind of go back to the to the point of videos that are up and down. It is important to kind of stay consistent in this case. So even regardless, and there's for other creators that are out there too and whatnot, just stay consistent. There's always going to be videos that always flop, and there's videos that are gonna knock it out of the park. you know, and it's weird. It's just like I said, like sometimes, you know, you work really hard on one of them and it just, you know, it takes a shit.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you know, you do very minimal effort on one and the other and it's, wow, this is amazing. It's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Great poop hole.
And sometimes it's the ones that you didn't even care about, and those are the ones that blow up.
Exactly. But as long, even if it's, you know, shit or whatever, as long as it satisfies you, as in like what you said,
a creator.
That you came up with something.
Yeah.
Then that's all that really matters, and
right.
then just go on to the next one. You know, DJ Khaled, another one.
Because in every bit or every skit, like there's it's like a piece of you is there. So like you're like sometimes low key proud of it, and sometimes high key proud of it. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, you made it. You thought you thought of it enough to let it be shown to the world, and you know, sometimes you know, just gets flushed down the toilet. It's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with it. You don't know how many times I've deleted memes and like all kinds of stuff and felt stupid at times because okay, well, that was a fucking strikeout. You know what I mean? But I thought it was great. But I used to be intimidated because I thought I used to have to keep up with everybody. And by all means, I stay in my lane 100% of the time. But in my mind, it back then it kind of wavered a little bit, and I kind of lost myself for a minute because I wanted to keep up. But I said, you know what am I doing? Just be true to myself, and you know, if I want to post, I'm gonna post it. Like now, I just post whatever.
Yeah, definitely. And another thing is I think a lot of people are holding back from being able to show themselves on camera as well. Excuse me.
Which I think you should.
No, yeah, definitely, because I think that brings about a lot more engagement and a lot more relatability, if anything.
Yeah.
Like me, I'm a bigger dude, you know, I'm a big boy. So insecurity was always like the thing that was on the top of my mind, and just being like, oh, how are they going to see me? Or are they just going to make fun of me? And you know what? They do.
Yeah.
And you just kind of learn to take the hate.
Yeah.
And that's why the block button exists. That's why the report button exists too. Because sometimes they hit you back up and it's like, oh yeah, so we banned this user, or you know, we reported they violated all of this stuff, and just, you know, just erase the negative energy. But over time, you kind of just learn to kind of grow a tough skin after a while, because you've kind of heard it all, and you know, you just brush it off your shoulder a little bit. And you just kind of keep on going.
Yeah, that's true.
Because and because the people that are there that are watching you are the ones that actually legit enjoy your content,
right?
And they're not gonna talk shit.
Yeah,
right? What point do they have? They have nothing to gain, you know, for saying, you know, any kind of negative thing. Of course, there's always critical feedback, which is I'm always open to that for sure. And you know, or to correct me on certain things. Maybe I got something wrong from a 90s show or a 2000s thing, or maybe some type of personal experience or whatever. Then it's like, then by all means, I mean, I don't mind that. But if you're just straight up being a dick, or just being a hater just for no reason, just because you don't like, you know, the way I look, or the way I move, or the way I speak, or something, or you know, the facial reactions that I make, it's just you're wasting your time, bro.
Absolutely.
Go touch grass.
Go touch grass. Yeah, absolutely, wasting your time. But I've gone through that a million times, man, and sometimes it didn't make me feel good. Listen. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter if you live in the clouds and underground. Like, people are going to hate on you regardless. And, you know, it is what it is, man. Like, I had to get over that too, especially like when there's a lot of eyes on you every day, and like things pop up and people just want to interject in some stupid shit and say stuff that doesn't even mean anything. And it's like, okay, man, like what are you okay, man? You need a hug?
Yeah.
What's going on? You need some juice or something? I'll take care of you, man. Don't worry about it.
Take a little bit of this Humex, man.
Humex.
But one thing that does help though is engagement with the people that actually do watch your stuff. So, you know, comment back. Like if they say something funny, you know, acknowledge that you laughed. If you actually laugh,
pin the comment.
Yeah, pin the comment. You know, the pinning of the comment actually is awesome.
Yeah,
because you could pin a comment for good reasons.
True.
And you could also pin the comment, somebody that's talking shit, and then your followers will do all of the shit talking for you.
That's right.
That's what we call the pin of shame. I did this.
Pin of shame.
Yeah,
I like
dude.
that.
I did this one video of where I basically I said today's kids will never know the struggle of having to rap and and I had an iPod Shuffle, right?
Yeah.
2006, 2004. That's when that came out.
Yeah.
And I'm struggling trying to make the sound work on my headphones, listening to 50 Cent, and it's like it's cutting out or whatever, and I got to wrap it around, put it in my mouth and whatever. That's my biggest hit. And then everybody's like, relatable.
Yeah.
I had some of the celebrities ended up reaching, some rapper like Chief Keef came up and was like, oh shit, on God. I was like, damn, this fool said on God. He got the comment in there. I pinned his stuff and whatever funny. Because it's kind of a big deal. And then some 14-year-old kid shows up.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. We still experience this stuff. You're stupid. Everybody who's agreeing to all of this are fucking dumb, right? And then I'm like, what the fuck? Like, bro, why are you so mad? And then I'm like, I'm gonna pin this dude. Yeah. And then his pin got a bunch of likes, but for the wrong reason.
Right.
And then just walls of text. Like there's Chief Keef's comment, which has like 16,000 likes or whatever, and it probably has like maybe 80 comments.
Right.
But homeboy that was talking shit has less likes, maybe like 3,000 likes, but 500 and something thousand, comments, of just smoking this fool.
That's hilarious.
And then and that's definitely a good way to be able to engage with a lot of your audience, and just I try to one thing, and I don't know if I'm not gonna put you on the spot or anything.
That's fine.
But me personally, like when people send me messages, I try to make my best effort to answer every one of them.
That's very admirable of you.
Because somebody will always mention, oh, I remember this, or do you remember that? They'll send me stuff too, and I'll always message them back, and I'll let them know. And as long as you're not weird, because there's fools that are weird out there sometimes.
No, you can. Where, on the internet? No, come on.
Because I get some weird propositions, through my DMs, and it's just weird. And I swear, and I don't know what it is, man, but there's a lot of like chubby chasers that are out there, bro.
Oh my!
A lot, and you know what? A lot of them are bodybuilders, and I don't understand the link there.
Huh.
I'm pretty sure there's a link there. Maybe some of your followers could probably chime in.
I don't know, man. This could be this.
But do not DM me.
This could be a documentary material. We might have to document this.
Unless you got something funny to say about the 90s or 2000s or whatever, or if you're actually giving legitimate feedback,
or $100 billion in the bank, and you want to buy me a yacht or a Carlos yacht. But yeah, man, that's crazy. Yeah, people are insane, man. And I always say that the internet's the Wild Wild West, and I always got my gun slinging, but I shoot them at the right times. You know what I mean?
Well, you got a Valentina on the left and a Tapatio on the right.
That's it, dude. That's it. And Cholula in my sock.
Oh no, that's what we call that, the third leg. Oh man, you are in fuego today, bro. Exclusively here on this podcast. You guys are missing out. Hit the subscribe button.
So listen, let me ask you this. What has been the favorite piece of content that you have put out? Like, what holds something special in your heart that you've created, man?
Oh man, actually, this one kind of hits a little bit hard in terms of nostalgia and recent events. And so basically, we all know what happened in Uvalde, right? With the kids, right? That was horrible. It was super horrible. Before that happened, I had created a TikTok or a reel or whatever, and it was about you saying goodbye to all of the good things right before you graduated elementary school.
Oh yeah.
So it's like a little skit of me. Right. It's a little skit of me about to leave elementary school, and then somebody's like, "You're about to leave without saying goodbye." And then it's recess saying goodbye. It's easy homework saying goodbye. It's dodgeball saying goodbye or whatever, and it's all of these things that you remember for the childhood best friend saying goodbye that you're not going to see again because he's going to middle school, to a different middle school than you.
Yeah.
And movie days on Fridays, goodbye. This is all the and then I had debated at that time. I was like, dude, I don't know if I should be posting this shit because of what happened, and I don't want people to think that I'm insensitive and that I'm not acknowledging any of that stuff. And I think I waited about a week or so, and I still posted it. It was still kind of fresh in people's minds.
I remember seeing the comments.
Yeah, and I just had to make sure that I captioned it carefully, so that way it wasn't like glorifying anything about anything that could be possibly related to that. And I remember captioning it like every child in elementary school deserves to leave or leave happily or leave with good memories. Like every child in elementary school deserves to leave with good memories,
right? And
I think that touched a lot of people at that time, and thankfully that video blew up. Like people kind of understood what that caption meant,
right?
And I was just trying to be very subtle about it, but I didn't want to be like R.I.P. because I didn't want to give it as much attention as it was supposed to,
because it was so obvious.
Yeah, because and I didn't want to make it feel like I'm just doing it for the clout because of what happened.
Tone deaf.
Yeah, and because I had done that reel, a week prior to those events, so that one still means a lot to me because I felt it was at a time when I thought that I was really scared that I was going to get some repercussions or consequences.
Yeah.
And thankfully, a lot of people had embraced that.
They understood it. Yeah, I remember reading the comments, and it was like, it was all pretty much everybody was in their fields, understanding. It was like, wow, this is amazing. This makes sense, and like, I feel both ways, and you're right. And everybody's like, oh my God, like, it was really, really nice to see something like that. That it wasn't taken out of context. It was made and understood as what it was meant to be.
Yeah.
Which was really cool, man. Wow. Yeah. That one was heavy. That one was heavy.
Goodbye field trips.
Yeah.
Goodbye book fairs.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, see what I'm saying, man? That's the nostalgic piece that like you hit it right on the head with.
Yeah.
With
I kind of got lucky with that one. I'm telling you, it was scary.
Yeah, but see, that's the roll of the dice too, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you just gotta bet on yourself, you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I really like that one, man. I really enjoy that one. Not to say that it discounts everything else, but yeah, that one was really, really cool.
Yeah, so that's probably the best example that I can give, and in that regard, that probably touched me the most, just based off of, because I mean the stuff was already kind of created and it was already made to evoke some kind of nostalgic emotion. But what really got me for the better was everybody's response to it, and everybody was super, super positive about it.
Got it.
And it was all good vibes in there.
I love it, dude. Wow.
So
what about what do your coworkers say about what you do?
It's weird because I just went back into the office.
Oh, you just went back
last
really?
Week, and it's not like going back into the office to actually work, because I've been working from home, thankfully.
Right.
But we went back into the office for a work event, just for people to get together once for socials for like a week. And it's weird because I'll go in and people will, it's kind of annoying sometimes, but I see what they say, and they're like, whoa, look at Mr. Celebrity walking in. I'm like, relax, fool. That's nothing. It's I'm just straight chilling. I'm just making videos. Like, you don't see no cameras around me or anything. And a lot of my coworkers, they'll see it, but they don't I've been lucky enough that they don't point it out like super obvious.
Yeah.
Like at least online or anything,
right?
Because I have a few of them that follow me, like a good chunk. But when I'm there in person, it's like, whoa, dude, I watch your stuff. It's so funny. Oh man. And I was like, hey, and the first question they always ask, hey, so are you getting paid
how
for
much
that?
do they pay
How
you?
much are you paying you?
Yeah.
Huh? Are they paying you? I'm like, dude.
That's always the question, dude.
Yeah, and it's like, oh man, you better be getting paid for that stuff. I guess it's that mentality of like, oh man, keep the grind going. If you're gonna be grinding, then you got to be getting the bag.
Yeah.
Which I understand, but it's just really awkward when sometimes, and that's like the very first question that they pull out.
Yeah, it's annoying.
But yeah, and it's funny because there's this. They wanted to do like something involving some sort of a production with the company for that week,
and they wanted you to get involved. Of
and
course.
they wanted, which is weird because the previous
it's not weird though.
Prior to Pandy, I wanted to get myself involved in it. And they were like, no, we can't do that. Yeah, no, we don't want to do that. We don't want to involve our employees or whatever. I'm like, no, I have good ideas.
Yeah.
A couple years pass by. Yeah. And then as soon as this one comes by,
don't do it.
Hey, we understand that you're pretty big right now, and we wanted to see if you were willing to lend a hand in doing all of this stuff. And it's like
a $50,000 raise.
And then I'm like, is there a bonus for this? Or
yeah. Am I doing it for you?
No, it's just for the employees. It's not something that we're promoting for anything.
I'll be like, you know what? Check out my TikTok.
That's okay. We're good.
Good for you. Good for you.
I was like, no, we're good.
Good for you, man.
But funny enough, they had like a little video talent competition or whatever. And I just did like this. You probably saw it, but it was and it was like just 20 seconds or less. And then I submitted the one where I'm going back into the office.
Where you looked at your calendar?
Yeah. And then and it goes and I used the Drake song. There's too many people out.
Okay, yeah.
And
that's funny.
I've been I forgot the lyrics.
Yeah, you're right.
There's a lot of people out here that I don't even know. Who the fuck are you? So I did that, but I did like a little censored version, and I submitted it, and I ended up winning first place.
Oh, you did win.
And I got like a $150 Amazon gift card or something.
Okay. I could do that.
Yeah. So I mean, it's easy peasy, but I mean, not tooting my own horn or anything.
Yeah, no.
But it was like, okay, well, you guys put this competition out there. Yeah. I know what to do. Exactly.
Right.
So
interesting.
So that was really funny. Yeah, but my coworkers, they're supportive. I mean, I don't think corporate like top notch people are like looking at my stuff.
You'd be surprised, dude.
Because they're straight up super boomer status and whatnot.
You'd be surprised.
But
you'd be surprised who watches your stuff, man. Trust me. I'm surprised when I hear people like, what the fuck? Like, I never even knew that you had anything to say. Like, okay. That's nice. It's weird. And sometimes, even my mom, she's on Instagram now just because of me. It's like, and I didn't know that until, she told me.
Yeah,
and she was like following me for the longest. And then I was like, I didn't know. I had no idea. And I was like, oh, great. Now.
It's so weird, especially with my family too. Like my tias and my mom and some cousins back in El Salvador. Because a lot of the captions that I do are in English,
Yeah.
And they'll just see me doing something, like facial reaction, and they'll just laugh at it, just as like, and they have to find somebody that'll translate, in English that's going on. It's kind of cringy, but it's really funny. But they know that I'm doing that, and whatever money I do make on the side, just off of the monetization, which isn't that much,
right? But
it's like I'll buy stuff for them.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, dude, I ended up getting my dad a new iPhone.
Wow.
And I got my mom like a bunch of pairs of shoes.
Yeah.
And what did I get my brother? I think I got him a jersey.
I got
him a jersey, actually.
Very nice,
Rams
man.
jersey.
You've got a kind heart, dude. You've got a kind heart to be able to do something like that.
Yeah, I mean, and it's the same thing with my friends. Yeah. Whenever, because they know that I do that, and they always like, they talk shit, but in a playful way. I'm like, oh shit, it's like, what, you can't come out this weekend? You're doing influencer things? I'm like, nah, dude, what is that? And stop calling me an influencer, fool. I'm just a content creator. I'm not influencing anybody to buy anything.
But you are influencing the world of social media. I'll tell you that much.
I guess
that's just how it works, man. Sometimes those titles are taken out of context, but it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, definitely. But it's cool though, because I mean, sometimes I'll make like $150, or $200. But there's, like if a video goes really viral, then that gives me a bigger chunk of change.
Right.
I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Let's all go to Japanese barbecue. Wait, did you mean Korean barbecue? Nah, man, I'm going to Japanese barbecue because that's the high quality skirt steak. This ain't no $9.99 Mr. Lee's barbecue.
We got to go to Long Beach for this.
Oh, snap.
Listen, man, what's next for you? What are you working on right now?
I don't know, man. I've never really thought that much about it. It's just more or less just trying to keep on growing. Just I'm satisfied in making people laugh.
Yeah. What's like the main piece of advice you can give to somebody who wants to get involved in content creation and social media world and all the stuff that we do and you do? What is your advice to that?
I think try to use whatever makes you unique. If you do have anything that you do find yourself unique, like me personally, like I'm Nostalgic Latino. One important thing about when I created my username is that I wanted to evoke nostalgia, but I also wanted to share the culture. And that's why the Latino is in there to begin with. And so that's why on occasion, like if I find the perfect niche where I'm actually able to find some Latino form of nostalgia, then that's what I strive for. If I can, but it's hard sometimes. Yeah, it's hard sometimes because sometimes that doesn't translate well.
True.
Through a lot of the followers and whatnot. I know this is kind of this is it's off topic based off of what the advice is, but for example, I don't know if you just saw the one that I just did about going to the Swami, and you're 8 years old.
You're
8 years old. The Cumbia Samposana is playing in the background. You hear the little doggy, the one that did the little flips. I have a bag of the poppers just going blah blah, and you hear the little cell phone. We're going, I want a little butterfly. It's just it's that and you see the comments like, oh shoot, this is
it was spot on.
Yeah, and then people are like, oh my god, this man and I have lived the same childhood. And it's like, mira, él lo anda haciendo como yo lo hice. Which is basically what I've just said. It's like, hey, we're the same.
That's funny.
Yeah, so. But yeah, so it's those kind of things where it's just like, don't be afraid of showing. I think it's really important if you show yourself. You don't have to, but I mean, if you can, live off of being funny or being informative or whatever kind of niche you have that about. Like I know a bunch of useless shit from the 90s and the 2000s. They probably have no bearing on anything that goes on in today's society, but I do enjoy remembering those things, and I like sharing those memories with a lot of people. And so whatever niche something that a lot about would be perfect in terms of being a creator, because that's something that you always have. You have an endless well of content in your mind that you can just pull out a pail of whatever. And it's okay to be afraid as well, because you don't know what people are going to say, but that's kind of comes with it.
It's usually not as bad as you think.
Yeah, it's not as bad as it used to be, bro. Like, it's not as easy, there's a lot of filters out there and whatnot that'll kind of protect you, but, it's easy to block people now, and it's easy to report people. And people that will, as long as you're consistent with the things that you love to share about whatever your content is, whether it's informational, comedy, or anything like that, sports, you just be consistent and just do it. And just don't be afraid to just flop, because as long as you're consistent with it, then people will just already recognize you for what you're known as.
Yeah, unless you consistently flop and give it up and fucking go dig a hole.
Yes.
And jump in it.
And then you jump in it. And then we make a new pool.
Well, listen, Carlos, man, I appreciate you coming by, dude.
I appreciate you inviting me, homie.
It's all good. You're welcome anytime here at the Enfuego House. Of course.
I better be welcome, man. I see a pool out here. I'm about to get on that noodle, man.
There you go. I want to give thanks to Enfuego, of course. You can find it on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you can find your podcast. Tell everybody where we can find your stuff, man.
I am the Nostalgic Latino. You could find me on The Nostalgic Latino on TikTok, on Instagram. That's pretty much gist of it. I don't know if you can find me on Vine. It's not around anymore.
But listen, man, you down to come back on and
I'm down
chat
all the time, but next time we need to have some tacos here, homie.
That's next on the menu, dog. I got you.
Let's go.
I got you. All right, players, we're out.